Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. I just got done filming a dedicated walk around review video of the Equinox LT $34,995 including destination, which is going to be that blue one on the end down there. And I thought because there was actually a good mix of 2025 Equinox EVs already on the lot, I thought this would be a great opportunity to do a side-by-side trim comparison and overall equipment comparison between what you get on the base model to that of one step up in a convenience group, and that of course of a nearly fully loaded, not quite fully loaded RS seen in the new habanero orange exterior. So there's going to be a lot of nice, useful information here in today's video, including what that new habanero orange looks like next to the black as well as the Riptide, and of course, what you get in these different trim levels at different price points for the 2025 model year Equinox EV. So make sure you guys buckle up, stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of useful, helpful information here in today's video. But without further ado, let's not waste time and get right into it. So I do want to preface here at the beginning of this video that it is a little bit breezy outside, so if there is some audio issues here and there, I do apologize, but that's kind of what we get this time of year, especially when a very warm 80-degree day comes upon us. Now anyways, taking a look at the Equinoxes in front of me, on the far left down there in the Riptide Blue, we have the LT base model, the entry-level one at $34,995, no additional options. In the middle, I have an LT with the Convenience Group 1, which is actually an $8,300 upcharge versus that of that base model seen down there. Now this one does have all-wheel drive and I believe the dual-level charge cord as well, which brings the price point just over $46,000 for that particular black one. And then on the end here, we have the new habanero orange exterior, very bright, very neon color, I must say. And this is actually an RS Convenience Group 2 with the dual level charge cord as well as all-wheel drive. And this one I believe is just over $52,000 including destination. So there's a variety of price points here, and there's also going to be a variety of equipment levels, some of which kind of cross-pollinate between the LT and the RS for the 2024 and 2025 model year. So I might interrupt this video here and there to provide a little bit more additional information depending on the vehicle that we're looking at and the packages that we're looking at, because there is a little bit of a mix-up from a 2024 to a 2025 in terms of how Chevy ended up packaging and offering these vehicles for sale. Now, gone are the 2RS, gone are the 3RS and 2LT, 3LT. Now you get these convenience packages as seen on each of these two vehicles right here. So now quickly before we get into taking a look at some of the features and differences between all three of these trims, I want to go ahead and run through the specification differences and or similarities across all of these Equinox EVs in front of us, including some of those things that did change or get updated from 2024 into 2025. So take a look at all of the Equinoxes. They're all going to share the 85 kilowatt hour battery pack with up to 150 kilowatt DC fast charging capability, as long as you're able to get the full 500 amps of charging, which typically is only reserved for 350 kilowatt stations. So AKA to get peak speeds, you have to be using that quicker, higher power station versus that of the regular 150 kilowatt stations. They're all going to have 11.5 kilowatt level 2 charging, and there is going to be a newly available 19.2 kilowatt level 2 charging, but that will only be found on a fully loaded RS. You cannot get that on any of the other trim levels, which is a little bit unfortunate. Now moving into some of the range figures, one of these have been updated from 2024. Front wheel drive remains 319 miles of EPA estimated range, where if you look at all-wheel drive equipped Equinox EVs, this goes from 288 miles to 307. So this is a fairly significant bump. Not exactly sure what the reasoning is or why this occurred, but if you're looking between all-wheel drive and front-wheel drive, now it's going to be just over a 10-mile deficit opting for all-wheel drive versus that of front-wheel drive. Now when it comes to horsepower and torque out of the two different powertrains, front-wheel drive did get a bump in power, as did all-wheel drive. So front-wheel drive now makes 220 horsepower and 243 pound-feet of torque. And all-wheel drive now makes 300 horsepower and 355 pound-feet of torque. And this represents, I think, about a 10 to 15 horsepower bump in torque as well as horsepower across all of these numbers from 2024 models. Again, not exactly sure what did change. Now next up, I quickly want to run through the different packages and kind of the trim walk, if you will. If you're looking at a base $34,995 Equinox EV to that of, maybe one step up, then of course the convenience package, which we will be going through in today's video, and then moving up to the RS, which is also going to be showcased again a little bit later on. Now kind of taking a look at the different trim walks. First up, you have an LT base model, $34,995, which is shown in this video via the blue one. Now, if you want to go one step up from that and gain a few additional niceties as well as a few safety features, that would be an LT with Comfort in AS2 or Active Safety 2 package, which is $2,000 more than that base price at $36,995. Then you have a Convenience Package 1 LT, a Convenience Package 2 LT, and then finally a fully loaded Convenience Package 2 LT with Active Safety 3, aka the Super Cruise package, which is a fully loaded vehicle that comes in at $49,750, and all those prices will be listed up on the screen. Now next, moving up into the Equinox EV RS. The RS comes base standard with Convenience Package 1, so it kind of starts out at a Convenience Package 1 LT and builds upon that in terms of the features that it has to offer. So an EV RS front-wheel drive will start at $44,795. Convenience Package 2 will run you just over $3,000 more at $47,890. And then an Active Safety Package 3, which requires Convenience Package 2, will be $51,245. And then finally, you do have a bi-directional 19.2 kilowatt level 2 charge capability on the RS, which requires you to get a host of other options and features, including Active Safety 3, panoramic sunroof, all-wheel drive, Convenience Package 2, the list really goes on. This is a truly fully loaded Equinox EV, which will come in at $57,345. That does include all-wheel drive, but does not include any extra cost paint colors. So as you can see, that gets very, very expensive and can approach the $60,000 price point depending on the boxes that you do check. That is going to be essentially the main option groups and packages that are either going to be found in this video or just kind of the trim walk within the Equinox EV's lineup for 2025. So hopefully this clarifies a little bit of that information. If you guys were wondering about kind of what the steps in the lineup are, I know it seems a little bit confusing with all these different packages, but do note the convenience packages pretty much pertain to that of the 2RS, 3RS, or 2LT, 3LT for 2024. So as long as you're kind of matching Convenience Package 1 to 2RS, 2LT, and Convenience Package 2 to 3LT and 3RS, that is essentially, in a nutshell, what is going on. Now anyway, starting with the cheapest entry-level Equinox EV. This one is the $34,995 one that they've been touting, I think, for nearly 2 years now since the Equinox EV was first announced from Chevy, and inevitably it came a 2025 model year instead of rolling out for later in 2024. Now with this entry-level Equinox, you will get full LED lighting up front with your daytime running lights and turn signals up top with the LED projector headlights a little bit farther down on the front fascia, but you will not get, say, the LED bar that spans across the entire width of the front end, as say this black one over here. You get body color accents, as you can see, in the front grille area, but all of the trim is going to be the standard matte black plastic for the lower front bumper here, around the wheel arches, the door section, and then again around the back is all going to be kind of the standard textured black trim, where over here on this LT, for example, you can see you get some nice painted silver and some more gloss black elements just to spruce it up a little bit. Coming to the wheel and tire setup though, this is going to be identical to that of most LTs, at least this black one seen here. It's going to be a 19-inch machined and gloss black finished wheel. It's going to be wrapped in a 245/55 19-inch Michelin Primacy all-season tire, so a nice high quality all-season. Body color mirror cap, same black trim on the bottom, no turn signal integration, camera system, nothing like that. And these mirrors are not even going to be heated, believe it or not, but they do offer blind spot detection as standard. You have the same proximity entry, power release, and actuating door handles that you can see right there. Gloss black here on the B pillar, and then coming out back, like I said, it's going to be pretty basic out back, although you do get full LED taillights with the full width strip across the tailgate for the brake light, running light, and then the reverse lights and turn signals are all going to be located up in that housing as well. And then you do get rear park assist sensors standard, but this trim, as you can see, for the lower half of the rear bumper, all going to be black textured plastic. unlike this one over here, which you can see is much nicer gloss black with that silver accent in the center. Again, just to make it look a little bit more premium. But that is essentially what you're gonna get here for the entry-level base model Equinox. It is a very nice color. I like that this one's Riptide Blue, and they don't charge you extra for this particular exterior color, but overall, much less equipment as a whole compared to this convenience package seen here. So moving over to this convenience package finished in black with the black Syntex and cloth kind of two material interior. This is gonna be one full step up from that base model in terms of the main equipment group. So this is somewhat equivalent to that of a 2LT from the 2024 model year, and many of the same features and options are gonna be identical to this one. So starting up front, you can see you get the same overall lighting package as that base model, but it does add the center light strip that connects the two daytime running lights and turn signals together and spans across the entire width. I think this looks much more premium in addition to all the other trim differences where you can see you get the silver accent in the middle, some gloss black around the rest of the exterior, and then that does continue on the wheel arches and towards the side of the vehicle where you can see there's some nice chrome trim at the bottom, just to distinguish it and make it a little bit nicer looking to the eye. Now coming to the wheel and tire setup, this, believe it or not, is identical to the base model Equinox over there. 19-inch in size, machine gloss black finish with the exact same Michelin Primacy all-season tire. Mirror caps are going to be body color, still no turn signal integration, but there are going to be cameras for the 360 surround view camera system. The mirrors themselves are going to be heated on this one with blind spot detection. You can see a little heated mirror symbol right there. And you can see the chrome trim on the belt line. Again, a little bit nicer up top. And then you also do get the roof cross rails finished in silver, which is not going to be found on that base Equinox right over there. So you can see if you want the cargo hauling capability on the roof of the vehicle, you will have to step up at least a certain package to get that over that base model for $35,000. Now coming out back, you do get the same park assist sensors, but once again, the rear fascia is going to be nicer in material usage and the overall trim and aesthetic. Lighting package, I think, is going to be mostly identical with your LED brake lights, running lights, and turn signals, reverse lights all up there. So no difference there as far as the convenience package 1. But if you're looking for a convenience package 2, in that RS over there, you can see it does have the clear LED running lights with the animated functionality and some of the more advanced functions. And then finally coming over here to the Habanero Orange RS Convenience Package 2 equipped vehicle. This one is not only, like I said, a new color for 2025, replaces kind of the red hot. This is a very neon, bright oriented color. Kind of reminds me of the same shade as Shock was. That was a yellow highlighter. This is kind of like a orange highlighter, but immediately you can see with the RS, it's gonna offer totally different styling than that of any of the LT vehicles. And that was the case for 2024 and also is gonna be the case for 2025. So if you're looking for a sporty aesthetic, definitely gonna be had with any of the RS variants. Now coming to the front end, you will have the same overall lighting package as the Convenience Package 1 with your LED running light, turn signals in that span up top, and then your LED projector headlights a little bit farther down. Of course, you're getting RS badging, gloss black grille with the body color accent across the bottom, and then you do get the black bow tie, which you see right here, standard on the RS with your 360 surround view camera system, also found on the black car that I did just showcase. Coming around to the side profile, you can see gloss black trim around the wheel arches and the lower door section. Contrasts very nicely against the body color paint. And then coming to the wheel and tire setup, this is going to be an RS specific wheel. It is going to be a 21-inch in size, so a very sizable wheel for an EV. It is a 275 40 21-inch Continental Cross Contact RX all-season tire. Mirror caps are going to be gloss black with all of the RSs with your cameras on the bottom, black Equinox badging down here, and then the mirrors are going to be heated with blind spot detection. Same proximity entry system as the other Equinoxes I did just detail, and then you can see the chrome strip is still going to be found at the bottom of the doors. And you do get gloss black roof rails instead of the silver accent that you can see behind it on the black one over there. And then coming out back, you do get the clear accented taillights, which definitely give it a totally different aesthetic, especially against this orange exterior. I think this clear lens looks phenomenal. It is going to be full LED, as I mentioned, with your rear park assist sensors. And then down here, you have a slightly different rear fascia design in that you have the gloss black trim and then the gloss black around the license plate frame. just to make it a little bit different. And you can see this is more of a triangular pattern versus the horizontal lines found on that black LT, as well as the blue one down there. All-wheel drive badging, black bow tie, RS here on the passenger side. And then yeah, that is pretty much going to be a look here at these 3 different trim levels and packages side by side. You guys will have to let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Is it worth the additional money for these higher trim levels, or do you think the base one looks pretty darn good for about $35,000 including destination? So starting out with the interior of the base LT, this is going to be the entry-level option. Once again, it comes fairly well equipped, but is going to be missing quite a few features and amenities the more you start to look at it. So starting out here on the door panel, you're going to have actually a good amount of soft touch here on the front too. With this section all being soft texture, you have a nice padded armrest with a slightly less textured trim. And then this is going to be kind of a satin gray metallic that is also going to be found around the AC vents. Chrome door handle pull, power windows, mirrors, and locks. None of the windows are going to be fully automatic up down, but they will be all 4 automatic down only, and then you do have to hold them up to roll them up. Small amount of storage down below, 6-speaker standard audio system, and then a 6-way manual adjustment driver seat. No power seat on this particular Equinox. And there's going to be the base cloth interior with the blue accent stitching and the gray to contrast against it. Actually pretty comfortable in terms of the seats. And there's going to be a quick look at the dashboard. Now take a look here on the interior of the base model Equinox. At first glance, you have all the same screens and technology found in the Equinoxes, but the comfort and convenience feature set is going to be kind of stripped away. So in front of the driver, you have the 11-inch fully digital gauge cluster that controlled on the right side of the steering wheel. Now this one has several configurable displays that you can cycle between, including, kind of a traditional tachometer and speedometer here. You have programmable displays, the navigation, of course, Google built in, can be displayed on here, and then you have a couple different driver assistance menus and displays. And overall, like I said, this is going to be a carryover from 2024, but nice to see this is going to be standard on every single Equinox. Steering wheel, hard urethane plastic type. We do have the chrome inserts in the middle, adaptive cruise control, some of the other driver assistance and forward collision settings on the left side. Audio, multimedia, and some of the other gauge cluster on the right. And then on the back side, you have a paddle for the instant on-demand regen, and then little rocker switches for the audio, multimedia, and different shortcut menus for the main infotainment screen. This is going to be that satin gray trim with the chrome accent ring on the bottom. Electronic parking brake, lane keeping assist, automatic vehicle hold, and gauge dimming. 17.7-inch main infotainment system, Google built in. It does not support wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, of course, because GM is going away from that in most of their EVs, but not all of them. It does have Amazon Alexa, all of your charging screens, Play Store, Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs, and of course it does have the Wi-Fi hotspot and a lot of the other connected services powered by OnStar. That is going to be included for about 8 years of this vehicle, not the lifetime like some of the other manufacturers have started to introduce. Single zone automatic climate control down here. You have a dedicated AC and heat button, so you can switch between each of those settings. Storage, USB-C charging, data ports. Here's the proximity key. It does have built-in remote start on the key fob. Storage, nicely firm but padded armrest, and inside you'll find a little bit of additional storage with a removable cubby. Up top, black headliner, no sunroof on this particular one, no vanity illumination, manual dimming, interior rearview mirror, OnStar SOS, overhead LED map and dome lights. And that is pretty much going to be it for the available feature set here at the front end. And there's going to be a little red LED indicator that will flash up on the windshield for some of the driver assistance technologies. Let's go ahead and take a quick look out back and see what you're getting back there. Now take a look at the back seat of the Equinox EV. Some of the materials will fall through on this one. So you have hard touch upper, but you have the same padded soft touch armrest. You can see the door handle pull and all that is going to be identical. Cloth seating surfaces with the same accent stitching will fall through. And then stepping inside, there's a quick look at the dashboard. You can see you do get AC vents as well as 2 USB-C charge ports, again, standard across every single Equinox, and a little storage cubby down there. Mat pockets, both of the front seats. Seats do fold down 60-40 split, have a center armrest with 2 cup holders, and that is pretty much going to be it for the base entry-level Equinox. Not bad back here, fairly comfortable, but certainly missing some features and options that you may want inside of a vehicle. Now moving up to the convenience package 1 on the LT. Starting out here on the driver's side, immediately going to see materials on the inside is going to be slightly different. So starting out here on the door panel, you do have the same soft touch as that base model, including this upper section and padded armrest, but the section around the door handle pull is going to be a gray transitioning into that darker blue. Power windows, mirrors, and locks, with the driver's side window being fully automatic up-down. Same amount of storage down below and the same 6-speaker audio system, but coming to the driver's seat, you do get a power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar, and the seats themselves are going to be a Syntex synthetic leather with a small amount of cloth bolstering. And there you can see a look at the dashboard, which looks very similar with some small differences. So stepping inside the LT Convenience Package 1, the overall technology set in the screen sizes are going to be identical, but there's going to be some differences in terms of the features available. So in front of the driver, again, same 11-inch display controlled on the right side of the steering wheel. All of the same main pages and setups are going to be found on this one, including the driver assistance technology. But of course, backing up to the steering wheel, it's going to be a leather wrap steering wheel, white accent stitching, and it is going to be heated via this button right here. Adaptive cruise control and safety systems are still going to be found on the left side, audio, multimedia, heated steering wheel on the right. Same regen paddle, rockers on the back for the infotainment system, and then you will find the regular wiper stalk and the gear shift selection on the right side. Now to the left of the steering wheel, you have a electronic parking brake, lane keeping assist, automatic vehicle hold, and the addition of the power liftgate button, because this vehicle is going to be equipped with the power liftgate, and there you can see the gauge dimming. Vents are a little bit nicer in my opinion because it is this nice darker blue color, but that kind of might be a personal preference. You might not mind the gray, but I think the blue stands out a little bit against the mostly gray interior. And there you can see the same LED strip up there for the driver assistance. And then coming over here to the screen, this is going to be identical with the overall same feature set. But you will find things like ambient interior lighting on this particular one, which is color selectable right there. You have heated seats in this vehicle, which are down at the bottom in the main climate control shortcuts. Cameras are going to be the 360 type instead of just the standard backup camera on that blue car, so you get a nice 360 view of that. And then there are going to be a couple small other items on here for the controls, including the park assist functionality. You can turn that on and off and stuff like that. That are not going to be found on that blue car simply because it doesn't have all of the same feature set as this one. Now below that you get dual zone automatic climate control. Now below that you get the same single zone automatic climate control with the AC and heat functionality. Chrome trim around the vents with a little bit of blue accent. Wireless charging pad is going to be down here in the center console because this vehicle is equipped with that. Same USB-C charge ports. Key fob looks pretty much identical with the power liftgate button on it because again the vehicle is equipped with that. Center armrest is going to be identical, and inside you'll find the same amount of storage with the removable cargo tray. Up top, it looks like the headliner and everything like that is going to be identical, but you do gain the LED vanity illumination, auto dimming interior rearview mirror, and then OnStar SOS emergency services, and the same overhead dome and map lighting functions. And this vehicle is not equipped with a power sunroof, but I believe you can option that as a separate standalone option starting with this convenience package, and because that's just simply not available to pair with the base model that I did just showcase. So that's a look here at the front seat. Let's go ahead and take a look out back. Now taking a look at the second row of the LT convenience package, materials and everything like that are pretty much going to follow through from the front. So hard touch upper, same padded armrest, blue trim even continues to the back as well. And there's going to be the seating surfaces with that leatherette, Syntex, and cloth kind of two-tone look. And then stepping inside, quick look at the dashboard. And in the rear seat, you'll find the same AC vents and USB-C charge ports. Mat pocket on both of the two front seats. Seats do still retain the center armrest with cup holders, and the seats do fold down at 60-40 split. And there you can kind of see a better look at the cloth and the leatherette material side by side. So overall, not a huge difference upon first impression here in the convenience package 1 LT. But I think as a whole, the package just has more feature set, which were previously standard for 2024 because that base model was not offered. But now that that base model is significantly cheaper than this vehicle, I could see how some people might not to start see all of the value of nearly $8,300 at this one because the base model is relatively well equipped. Now finally wrapping it up here with the RS Convenience Package 2 car. this is where you're gonna really start to see the big differences between those other ones. So starting out here on the door panel, materials are basically gonna be identical to that black car. So you have a soft touch upper, soft touch padded armrest. You have a little bit of orange that transitions into kind of a satin gray. Memory driver seats on this one. You do have the automatic power windows, mirrors, and locks. Driver's side window, fully automatic up down. Lower door storage. This one does not have a premium audio system because it's simply not available with the Equinox. And there's the power driver seat, two-way power lumbar, full leather seats with the 3 different colors of accent stitching, the orange piping up top, RS embossment here in the headrest. And you can see all the different colors of stitching. I think the seats are actually a highlight of this vehicle. And then coming around to the dashboard, there are going to be some key differences up here. So stepping onto the driver's seat of the RS Convenience Package 2, there's going to start to be some big differences in the available feature set and stuff inside of this vehicle versus those other ones. So displays are going to be identical, 11-inch digital cluster paired to the 17-inch infotainment system. But you have the leather-up steering wheel with the orange or red accent stitching, RS branding at the bottom. You have the adaptive cruise control and some of the collision avoidance settings over here, and then your heated steering wheel and digital gauge cluster multimedia controls on the right side. Paddles and stuff like that are going to be the same on the back. Here you can see the wiper stalk, gear selection. Left of the steering wheel, same electronic parking brake, lane keeping, auto hold, power tailgate. Orange or red accents around the vents with the same kind of satin gray trim. But looking out there in front of the driver, you have a heads-up display on this particular one, which is certainly going to be a very nice, handy driver assistance, comfort technology that if you're used to inside of your vehicle, you'll want to option with the Convenience Package 2 equipped vehicles. Coming over here to the infotainment system, this is pretty much going to be identical in its core features and options. Ambient lighting present on this one. Of course, you have the 360 surround view camera system. But as you start to look at it a little bit further, you have heated and ventilated front seats. So that's an addition. You have dual zone automatic climate control, Amazon Alexa, all of the same OnStar remote services are going to be found on this vehicle. So then moving down here, you have the dual zone automatic climate control knobs and buttons, wireless charging pad, USB-C charging and data ports, and then you have dark chrome trim in the center console area for the RSs with the key fob, which is going to contain all of the same features as that black car. Same, softly, or I should say stiffly padded armrest in the middle, and then the storage is going to be identical. And then coming up to the headliner, still a black, nice soft touch headliner, vanity illumination. You have the digital rear camera mirror in this one. The way it is equipped, that is also auto dimming if you choose to use it like that. Overhead LED lighting, SOS, passenger airbag, all of that. And again, this one is not optioned with a panoramic sunroof, but that is going to be available depending on how you want your vehicle equipped. So you're going to be some key differences up here as well in terms of materials, color combinations, and a few feature set, but let's go ahead and continue out back. Now continuing here at the back seat of the RS, materials are going to follow through from the front here on the door panel. So you have hard touch upper, soft touch armrest, and the orange and gray accent up top. Seating surfaces are going to be the same as the front with the 3 different stitching types and small orange accents. And then stepping inside, there's a quick look here at the front dashboard. In terms of rear seat amenities, we have AC vents, heated rear seats, as well as USB-C charging. So again, that is a nice feature that if you have a family or rear occupants often, it might be worth springing for one of these more well-equipped Equinox EVs. Mat pockets on both of the 2 front seats, 60/40 split folding design. Here's the armrest with 2 integrated cup holders, and you do still have overhead LED lighting in every Equinox EV. So really, again, not a huge difference back here, but a couple features, including those heated rear seats, which might be worthwhile in addition to the material differences found on the seating surfaces. So now quickly, I want to open up all 3 of the hatch cargo areas in this vehicle just to showcase that there's really not going to be all that much difference across the entire lineup. So here's the base entry-level Equinox. You have a 12-volt outlet and 1 LED light here on the left side. Nothing really on the right side except some additional storage. And beneath the floor, you'll find the underfloor storage, which is quite expansive with your tire mobility kit. Now moving up the lineup to the LT over here, I have my bag in here, but you have the 12-volt LED lighting and really the exact same underfloor storage, but this one is optioned with the dual level charge cord, which is a separate $295 option for 2025, where that was formerly standard on the Equinox EV. And moving up to your fully loaded RS Convenience Package 2, same overall feature set, same flooring. Underneath the floor, once again, the storage with the dual level charge cord, because this one is simply optioned with it, but there really isn't going to be any differences in the overall feature set here at the back end of the vehicle. The seats do have that, 60-40 split folding, the anchor tethers on all 3 positions for the second row, and then of course you do get the power lift gates on these 2 vehicles that will simply not be found on this $34,995 unit over here. As you can see, it's missing right there, so it is just going to be the manual traditional lift gate. So I think that's pretty much going to do it here for this video on the 2025 Equinox EV base model, LT with convenience package, and RS with convenience package 2. Now, like I said, I'm going to have inserted clips throughout this video that hopefully clarify in detail a little bit more about each of these different packages and how they differ from 2024 models. So hopefully you guys understood that throughout this video and talking about each of these 3 vehicles behind me. But overall, I think I now better understand why people have been waiting for the $34,995 Equinox EV, because it ultimately has the same exact 85 kilowatt hour battery pack, similar amounts of power out of the front wheel drive architecture. Obviously with the all wheel drive, you're going to reduce range and have a little bit more performance if you're into that. But primarily these are going to be front wheel drive platform vehicles. So the main output is going to come from the front axle, and 319 miles of EPA estimated range, 150 kilowatt DC fast charging, which we have experienced here on the channel, both in the Blazer and other vehicles such as that, which performance of the charging curve, all of that, not great with this platform, but nonetheless, it's much better than that of, say, vehicles like the Chevy Bolt or Bolt EUV, which peaked out at around like 55 kilowatts. So I think 150 knocks your charge down significantly, offers ultimately way more range, and is going to be maybe a better value depending again on what you want and need inside of your vehicle, such as this. So with the standard driver assistance technology found on this one over here, it might not be a bad option for $35,000, and all these vehicles do qualify for the $7,500 federal tax rebate, as long as you yourself qualify and you meet all of the criteria for that. Make sure you do your due diligence. I'm not responsible for any of that, but ultimately, if you do get the tax incentive, some of the other GM incentives that they are currently offering on these vehicles, it could be a pretty cheap vehicle found in the mid $20,000 price point for that one seen down there, or these ones can be substantially less, nearly $10,000 less than their MSRPs as included in this video. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and or found something helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe if you haven't already. Huge thanks to Erickson Chevrolet for providing the 3 Equinox EVs seen in today's video, and pretty cool to just finally see the $34,995 car available to the public on dealership lots. And I'm not sure what quantity GM is going to be building in these units, but hopefully it's a decent amount, because I think there are ultimately buyers out there that would like this vehicle, but there's still 2024s on dealership lots at significant discounts. So it might be worth checking out, a 2RS or 2LT, for example, which might be able to be had for a similar price point to that car down there. Anyways, leave any questions and or comments down in the comment section below. As always, I appreciate continued support here on the channel, and hope to see you guys in the next one.